Hello. Tonight we are talking about some night photography and what gear do you need and what things should you take into consideration. So let's get started. So first, of course, you need a camera and the lens. But besides this, should really be handy a tripod if you can carry it and if you're willing to spend the time to use it. So what do you need? At night you have very little light, so what you need is the biggest sensor camera that you have. And right now you have this full frame EOS RP camera. Then you need a fast lens, so we brought this 35mm. That's f1.2. if you can see it, so it's very fast. And you can use the fast aperture, the big aperture, for moving subjects if the depth of field is enough for you. But I would suggest sticking to still subjects, no moving subjects. Let's just try to see, imagine like we were trying to shoot moving subjects. You would need a shutter speed of at least 1/20th of a second, and let's see what ISO we would need for this. So 1/20th and f2.8. Actually it's pretty low, ISO 1000. It's good, but keep in mind, if you want to use a smaller aperture like f4, and then maybe if you want to go to 2/50th of a second, you see, you end up with a pretty high ISO. And if that's good for you, yeah, sure, use it. But if it's not, so limit to stills. For stills, you cannot go below a shutter speed of equivalent of your focal length, so below 35mm right now. So let's try. That means like 1/40th of a second. And now you can see we can go to f9 using the same ISO, or just use a regular f5.6 for example, or f4, and get a clean image. You see, 1600 ISO. This is much better. But now what else helps you is using a lens which has a optical stabilizer. So this 35mm has a built-in stabilizer which says it can offer 3 to 4 stops of light. So what does that mean in practice? So if you were using 1/40th of a second, we can go to 1/5. This is a stop. 1/8, that's another stop. 1/4 of a second, 1/4 of a second. This is 3 stops. If we go, as they say, like 4 stops, you can even go to half a second. But we will stick to 1/4 of a second. And let's see. You see, if we use f2, we're already overexposing. We're at ISO 100, and the image is overexposed by at least a stop. So we can now narrow the aperture. You see f4 already, for an ISO 160, and if you see right now, you can take this picture at f11 even and get away with a nice ISO 1000. Let's try to see if we can get this handheld. So we've taken a picture, and let's see, we will zoom in and look over some details. You see, it's a little blurry. It's moved a little. Let's try once again. For this one, we will try to keep as steady as possible. So keep your elbows next to your body and let's go. Let's try to see the picture, what we've got here. No, we moved it. Let's try once again. So 1/4 of a second. So keep the camera with both hands close to your body, as steady as you can. Now, to be sure we get no chance to get a proper image, we will use the drive mode high speed or low speed. Let's try high speed continuous. Now, what you have to remember, that when shooting stills, you don't need AF servo operation. So one shot, it's enough. Okay? So let's try once more to see if we get the picture right. Remember, keep your hands as still as you can. And let's see what we've got. Zoom in all the way. So, as you can see, it's good. So it's still. I didn't move my hands, so the image is sharp and nice. So, as you have seen, we can take pretty good pictures with this kind of setup. So a full frame and a fast, but a more important, stabilized, optically stabilized lens. As I said in the beginning, you may consider using a tripod like this one if you want to get the best pictures, so using the lowest ISO or the ISO desired and considered clean and acceptable by you. But take into consideration, even though this tripod can get very small, it is an extra thing to carry with you. And as a conclusion, once again, if you have nice environments like this one, which are pretty good light, you can also try to shoot some moving subjects or do some experiments, but for clean images with lower ISO, just use a big sensor, so a full frame can use bigger ISOs and get clean images. But the most important thing, an optically stabilized lens. So now let's see some pictures we took with this lens. Keep in mind that all these pictures we took are without this tripod, so we didn't actually use the tripod for shooting. And also this is a fixed length, so 35mm. So we had to move a little to get all the desired shots.